Hello and welcome to Friday's programme. I'm David Wood.
And I'm Ellie Louise Ringe. Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. Paul Tisdale, the longest-serving boss in English football after Arsene Wenger quit at Arsenal, has left Exeter City.
He'd been the boss for 12 years, which in footballing terms is unprecedented. But today he called time on his Exeter career.
Only on Monday the club failed to win promotion to League One in a disappointing playoff final at Wembley. Well, Richard Lawrence is live at St James Park for us tonight. Richard, an end of an era then?
So Richard, what happens next? Are there any rumours about who's going to come in? Next tonight, an update on a story that shocked people across the country and prompted celebrities to get involved in a huge public show of support for one family from Plymouth. The moment it was revealed a teenage girl's communication machine had been stolen. Mia Thirlby uses it to speak using eye movements. Police actually found it in a local cash converter shop and they've made arrests. The machine is now getting its software restored and will be back with Maya and her family very soon. Andrea Bishop has been to see them today at their home. 150 jobs are to go at a food manufacturing site in Bodmin. Tulip Limited. 3 people have been saved after getting stuck on a cliff in Cornwall. Coast Guard crew. Now, this weekend we'll see around 100,000 people descend on Paignton for the annual Torbay Air Show. It's not only a spectacular event involving one of the only performances of the Red Arrows in our region this year, but it's also a very important fixture in the calendar for the local economy. Well, Nick Smith is live for us in Paignton. Nick, a big weekend for Torbay in every sense, really. Now, many of our region's most important native breeds are under threat. Some are actually on the endangered watch lists. But now a school in Somerset is doing all it can to raise awareness of the issue, and it's teaching its students about how to protect them. Ben McGrail reports. And earlier today I spoke with Minette Batters, the NFU president, who was at the Royal Bath and West Show today. I began by asking her about the consequences of the recent dreadful weather for farmers. You're watching ITV News West Country, still ahead before 6:30. And the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. With the details, here's Charlene White. But next on this programme, soldiers from an airborne division based in Dorset are in training for a gruelling 1,500-mile cycle ride in New Zealand. It's taking place in honour of the 100th anniversary of a Second World War mission codenamed Operation Dead Stick, a crucial part of the Normandy landings. A veteran of the war in Iraq from Plymouth is among those taking part. Next tonight, Maisie Sly, the star of the Oscar-winning short film The Silent Child, has had an amazing surprise. What a lovely reaction. Yeah, it's lovely, Good luck to Maisie. I think she's already planning the flowers that she's going to take. Well, finally tonight, one of the smallest inhabited islands on the Scillies can now boast its own museum. But it is a tight fit as it's housed in a phone box. Yes, the museum's opening exhibit recalls the time in the late 1980s when a film crew descended on Briar to make a blockbusting movie starring the likes of Helen Mirren and David Suchet. And most of the islanders were used as extras, but one 8-year-old resident played a leading role. Steve Hardy reports. Lovely there, didn't it? And the weekend, of course, is nearly upon us, and all we want to know is what the weather's going to be like. Well, Bob is here with all the answers. Bob, I was preparing myself for storms yesterday. It didn't really materialise.
Yes, I'm afraid so. Thunderstorms are notorious for having a mind of their own. They tend to wander about a bit. And those thunderstorms just wandered away to be a bit of a mockery for our amber warning. Never mind, because today...
Bob, thank you very much indeed. Well, before we go, let's get a recap of the main headline here in the West Country this evening. Paul Tisdale. Well, it's goodbye from the two of us. I'll be back with the late news for you at 10:30. For now, though, the ITV Evening News is up next. That's with Charlene White. But from everyone at ITV News West Country, have a great weekend.